This week on Salmon Showdown, we're hunting monsters off Manistee.
I'm looking at 25 pounds, which each fish needs to weigh to have a shot at winning, and that's just a shot.
And while some teams are cranking in the big kings,
Got fish on, fish on.
others are failing to crank anything at all.
Then blew a spark plug right out of the cylinder.
It's the Manistee Monster, and things are rocking.
It's getting very nautical out here.
And rolling on this episode of Salmon Showdown. Welcome to Manistee, Michigan, site of the annual Monster Fishing Tournament. This is the penultimate event on the 2022 schedule, and it is getting tight for the race for the Founders Cup. We will be in Manistee this weekend, and we've got two fantastic teams that are both in contention that you'll be riding along with. Team Kingfish. They are the defending Founders Cup champs. Scott Campbell and his team seem to have a knack for finding the big ones. It lifted them to the top spot last season, and with 2 events left, they're in contention for a repeat title. Slipknot also has a legitimate shot at the Cup this year. The team is led by Captain Lenny Vaughn, a Manistee native who's been fishing Lake Michigan for decades. He's confident and he knows these waters well, but he also knows that the next 2 days could be his last shot to take the lead.
Today's a big day. We're in contention for the Founders Cup. We got 2 good scores. We need 1 more good score. There's a lot of boats out here, a lot of good competition going on today. And we need 3 big ones over 2 days. It's been really good fishing, but there's a lot of boats that know where all the fish are. So we're gonna have to actually, go to a different level today. We're gonna probably tighten our spread up. We're gonna run four lines only today, and we're gonna be able to move a little bit quicker and move around the boats. And it's been working for me the last couple days doing that. It's kind of like completely different than what a lot of guys will do is they'll throw their 10, 12, today it's 9 rods, but when we're just doing our charters, it's 12 rods, 14 rods, just throw a bunch of stuff out there and hope that you get fish. Today we're gonna try to concentrate on the zone 40 to 60 down and not overload it, and hopefully we'll come back with some big ones today.
So we are minutes away from the start of the fishing period. Team Slipknot is set to execute Lenny's very concise day 1 plan, but over on the Kingfish, a sudden equipment failure has moved whatever plans they had to the back burner.
Hey, did you guys cut our graph? Because it don't work. No, it got no data. Nope. So it's getting no signal from the... Yeah, we pulled them out and put them right back in. I didn't know if you guys changed something. Yeah, I mean, we've never had an issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I see him. That's Jake. Oh, yeah, we unplugged it and everything else, too.
Give
Okay.
just a little bit.
All right, we'll figure it out. All right, bye.
All right, day 1 of the Monster Mania will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Manistee Monster is underway. 54 teams are throttling down and racing out to their starting positions. Correction, 53 teams, as Kingfish has just realized that a faulty graph could well be the least of their worries.
Sounded like another spark plug.
Oh, we had a plug blow right out of the damn cylinder.
What's that?
We had a plug explode inside the cylinder.
You're kidding me.
Nope, we're fixing it right now.
No.
Nope, it blew right up. Whew. Where are all the plugs at, Steve?
Very nice of us to give everyone else a head start.
A malfunctioning graph and exploding plugs. It's hard to think of a worse way to start your tournament day. Of course, there are much better ways to kick things off, like this Lake Michigan double on board the Slipknot.
Gosh dang it. Get that fish in here. There you go. Just take your time, walk backwards and reel down a little bit. Gear.
Finally, Kingfish is up and running, but the clock has been ticking this whole time, and they've missed a huge chunk, if not the entire early bite. We'll see if they can recover when Salmon Showdown returns.
Dude, we blew a spark plug right out of the cylinder. We just got it fixed. We just started running again.
Salmon Showdown is brought to you by Little River Casino Resort, Dreamweaver, home of the revolutionary Spin Doctor, Ray's Eyewear. It pays to wear Ray's.
Man, I can't wait to go fishing tomorrow. Same here. Nothing beats getting up at dawn to head out on Lake Michigan and catch our own dinner. Just like my father and his father before him. Maybe you were adopted.
We're back in Manistee, and after a less than optimum start, Kingfish has reached their starting position, and they're dropping lines just as fast as they're dropping down to trolling speed.
Speed us up. Right there is good.
They've got some ground to make up after missing most of the early bite, the same bite that Slipknot has already been taking advantage of.
Got it? Here. Chubby. All right. That's 23. It's probably a weigher, but we'll see. I've been pulling probably 7 to 12 fish a day, mainly 1 to 2 weighers. So, you know, we have one that's potential weigher. I'd like to see it probably 2 or 3 more pounds. So we're looking for that 26 to 30 pounder. If we get that, that puts that fish definitely as a weigher then. I'm looking at 25 pounds is which each fish needs to weigh to have a shot at winning this. And that's just a shot because there's always someone that finds them.
Back on Kingfish, they are starting to see some production after their late start. It's a nice king, but well short of that 20-plus pound range these teams are looking for. Over on Slipknot, Captain Lenny is hooked up again and hoping this one is going to fit the bill.
I'm going to the left, Stay out of the way, stay out of the way. Yep. Gear for just a second. Out of gear, out of gear. Give up. Here, we got it. Not that big. It's a nice fish.
So there's been decent action out here with steady bites, but fish like this, just won't cut it. So with time waning, Kingfish decides to pull lines and take a last-minute shot at picking up a mature king just outside the harbor. Captain Lenny and Team Slipknot decided to stick it out on the shelf. They've already got what they think is a 23-pounder in the box, and now they're hooked up with something that feels like it might even be bigger than that.
Neutral. Forward, yeah. Neutral.
Yeah, baby. Come on, hit him in that net.
Keep it along, there you go. Tie down and right to left. Coming. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Forward. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. There you go. Good job. Right.
Oh, that's a good fish.
Went really good today. I mean, we got maybe 2 to weigh. The sun's coming out, and it's time for us to go in and see what where we didn't have a scale with us today, so we're going to have to actually weigh them at the dock and decide what we're going to do. And this is the big storyline of this tournament is you have to weigh the right ones, or even if you catch a lot of fish, you can be left out. So we'll see what happens.
Kingfish does get that last-minute strike just outside the channel, but this one they'll have to land with an audience.
One more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, we're just doing some community outreach, reminding people it's fine to fish in front of the channel, fine to fish in the channel, but impeding the track of a vessel trying to transit through would be a violation of the law.
Okay.
So, like I said, nothing wrong, nothing specific, but we've had a good uptake in complaints, so we're just coming out and doing some outreach and reminding.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Keep having good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No harm, no foul, and with that friendly warning from the Coast Guard, we'll bring the day one fishing period to a close. It's an easy call for Kingfish. Even that last-second king was well short of the 20-pound mark, so they'll bypass the scales completely and go all in on day 2. For Slipknot, they'll come up a bit shy of the 25-pound average they wanted, but they still put 2 nice kings on their day 1 weight slip for a total of just over 47 pounds. So, Slipknot looking pretty good at this stage. Kingfish hoping for a better performance tomorrow. We'll see how it shakes down on day 2 here at the Manistee Monster. Salmon Showdown is brought to you by Moonshine Lures, quality super glow lures for salmon, trout, walleye, and striper. Magnum Metals. Clemens Boats, your Great Lakes Albemarle dealer.
Wave Pro high-performance boat pedestals eliminate bottoming out and back-jarring impacts. Now available the 2.0 version and slider seat hubs. The best in air shock technology provides a controlled return to keep you on your seat. Fast and easy to install with permanent mounts or movable hubs for quick and easy seat placement in 10 to 16-inch models. Wave Pro high-performance boat pedestals, best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.
Welcome back to the Little River Casino Resort Manistee Monster. It is the final day of fishing, and Captain Lenny is once again laying out a finely detailed plan of attack.
Day 2, Monster. We're sitting in a pretty good spot. We need 1 big fish today. We weighed 2 yesterday, 5th place right now. 3 other teams weighed all 3 fish. 1 monster catch. That's going to be a tough one to overtake. So we're looking for 1 decent fish being 25 or bigger. I need to get 2nd place in the Founders Cup. At least have a shot next week in Benzie Frenzy, or a 2nd place in this showing right here to overtake the 1st place leader. So we had some good action yesterday. Hopefully those fish are still where we left them. You never know with fish. They swim around, they have tails, and we'll see what happens.
Kingfish has their plan as well, but it is slightly less wordy.
Go catch 3 big kings.
This tournament will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Day 2 is underway, and Kingfish's forward plan of attack is showing some early promise.
Left shoulder.
I got your coat.
Ready? Stick them. Nice one. Oh yeah, that boy. A little better.
Yeah, he donkey pucks out.
Yep. Yeah. Got him? Yep.
Captain Lenny and Team Slipknot need one good fish to stay alive in the Founders Cup race. It'll be quite a load-off if they can boat it early on.
A little bit better. It's definitely an upgrade. Probably 22, 23.
Salmon Showdown is brought to you by Purple Taco Fly Supply. Create your own trolling flies. Garmin. Founders Brewing Company.
Make loading and unloading your boat easy with the Dorado Catch and Release Automatic Boat Latch. Load with ease. Simply drive on the trailer and the Dorado will automatically latch to your bow eye. A hard plastic liner protects your boat. For launching, back your boat in, pull the release lever, and away you go. For roller or bunk trailers, the Dorado is quick and easy to install and works with most V-hull boats. Spend less time at the landing and more time fishing. The Dorado Catch and Release Automatic Boat Latch. Online at DoradoProducts.com.
We have one decent one, but we are still looking for that. That one right there. Got fish on, fish on. Goody. Yeah, not a very big one. Strong fish.
So both teams remain on the hunt for some big kings to change their fate. The clock is ticking on the final fishing period, but there's still time for Mother Nature to add her 2 cents to the outcome of this event.
Story of the day. Yeah. Story of the day.
That's a big one. Just a cent. I'm afraid to get this out.
Yeah, here. Yep. Let me move this out of your way. Get him, Steve.
Wind and waves and tangles, oh my.
What a mess.
The conditions on Lake Michigan can change rapidly, and while tournament control is watching, there's just not enough time to make any kind of weather call in this case. With only 90 minutes left on the clock, each team will have to make their own decision based on how far out they are and how long they think it will take them to get back.
Very nautical out here. All right, it's 11:30, final day, the monster. Waves have picked up 3 to 5s, occasional 6. We have roughly 10 miles to run back. We are going to start pulling lines early. It's going to take probably an hour to get back. So we're going to run and we're going to make sure we get back.
Kingfish got their 3, but it wasn't the 3 they needed. It's a disappointing total for this team, especially in their home waters. Slipknot needed 1 big kicker fish to take the Founders Cup lead. Is this fish enough to do it? Let's convert these pounds to points and add them in to the Little River leaderboard. Kingfish's total weight is not enough to move them into the top 10, but the defending champs still have 1 more event to fish, and that means 1 more shot at another title. Captain Lenny called it. He wanted 75 pounds here, and as it turns out, that's exactly what he needed to take the lead. His total fell short, but after the point conversion, it's still enough to move him up a spot into 2nd place overall. Slipknot will also be back to take 1 more shot next week. So that's a wrap from here in Manistee, site of the annual Manistee Monster Big Lake Fishing Tournament. Special thanks to the Little River Casino Resort for presenting it this year. Lived up to its name with some pretty big kings. Hopefully that trend will continue next week as we wrap up the 2022 tournament trail season in Frankfurt. We'll see you then at the Benzie Frenzy.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Wave Pro. Best ride on the water. Online at waveproshock.com.